Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, and that is who the world ignorantly calls God. Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, and that is who the world also ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man, who, by the way, only came for the Israelites. All right. Now, what we have here is a surveillance system that is being prepared to go mainstream, where, as in, it can predict real-time tragedies or crimes before it happened, based on that user's interaction with the internet or social media or devices in general. Okay? Now, there was a movie, Slakia, there was a movie that came out a while back in the early 2000s called Minority Report, where they had this machine, sort of like this right here, which we're going to play, which is called Gideon. But in the movie Minority Report, it was this machine / psychic that could predict crimes from happening, and in doing so, they would arrest the would-be perpetrators, okay? Based on that psychic / machine predicting that person committing that crime in the future. Well, here it is right now. We have in real time a system that mimics that, okay? And we're going to let it play. Now, I don't know if this dude that's talking, that's, putting this out is AI, or is it a voiceover, or is it actually him, all right? But that's where we at right now, where we can't tell the difference really between AI and the real thing, okay? And ironically, AI is going to be used to help aid in this new Gideon, or this surveillance system that they want to bring forth to mainstream, all right, and have the police to adopt it, and other agencies as well. But we know it's really being put into place for what? The beast system, okay? Because this is going to be another component inside the beast system. When you take that RFID microchip, you're going to be plugged into the beast system, and you're going to be what? Monitor, okay? And surveillance, all right? So this is all in the name of preventing shootings in school and things of that magnitude, as he's going to say, or as this AI, which I believe might be AI, is going to say in this clip that we're going to play. So we're going to let it play, and then we'll look into that Minority Report, and we'll get a couple of precepts, all right? So fair use, fair use, fair use. Educational purposes only. Check it out.
I want to take a minute and talk to you about something serious that I've been working on behind the scenes. I'm building something called Gideon, or in Hebrew we call it Gideon. And this is the first real-time AI-powered threat detection system for law enforcement and schools. It's a system that scans the open web, social media, Reddit, Discord, gaming chats, and flags real behavioral signals before someone picks up a rifle and walks into a school. We're talking grievance buildup, martyrdom language, tactical planning. These are the same patterns that
Now let's take it back. Let's take it back a step and see what he said.
And walks into a school. We're talking grievance buildup, martyrdom language, tactical plan.
And always on surveillance, AI for digital threat behavior. What does that say? Crawls, public social media forums, deep dark web, gaming chats, flag radicalization. Well, we already know this truth is already on their flags, man. It's already on their radar, okay? So we already know, being a public enemy number one, that they coming after those of us that are in the truth, all right? Especially those that are coming in the name of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, because we're a threat to their kingdom, all right? So the Hebrew Israelites, or as they say, the black Hebrew Israelites, are going to be looked at and already are being looked at under the ADL and other organizations like that as black radicals. Okay, so it says flags radicalization, martyrdom language. What is martyrdom language? All right, the language where you would Taliban's would be used, or Islam would be used, where they would go out for their cause. Okay, and everything we use, that's why we reference the scriptures, okay? Because it's not us speaking, all right? It's the Holy Spirit. So they have a problem with this truth, okay? It says grooming, tactical signals, scores threats based on behavior signatures, alert schools, sheriffs, SROs, fusion centers, okay? So, hey, the beast system is real, man. And as I stated earlier, especially in the video that I did a few days ago on the vision that I had, or what was presented for me, part of that surveillance was what? That chip and AI being accompany everyone that was under the beast system. Well, guess what? They're putting in provisions right now, and this is already out, whether they want to admit it or not. This type of technology is already out, okay? It's just to get the public more familiar with it, all right?
These are the same patterns that I've been seeing for years before every major attack, now flagged before it happens. And I've already got law enforcement agencies on board ready to pilot it. But to get this fully live and to bring it to the engineers and finish the platform, I need your help. I'm raising funds directly from my audience, from Cohen's Commandos, the people who actually care, to bring Gideon to life. And if you've ever asked yourself, why didn't someone catch this before it happened? This is the answer. Hit the link down below in the description and donate what you can, and please share it. And if you're one of the heavy hitters out there watching, if you've got access, reach, capital, and you want to help seed my new project at scale, reach out to me directly and let's talk. This isn't about politics. This is about protecting America.
So this is the movie Minority Report that came out in the early 2002 to be exact. And a little bit about it. Let's look at the overview. It says, based on a story by famed science fiction writer Philip K. Dick, Minority Report is an action detective thriller set in Washington, D.C. in 2054, where police utilize a psychic technology similar to Gideon, a psychic technology to arrest and convict murderers before they commit their crime. See? And this is what they're going to use, all right? Especially when you are implemented into the system and you receive the RFID microchip and it can read your thoughts and predict your behavior patterns, all right? It can easily put you in jail with inside your own self with that microchip in the brain, okay? So we're talking about a whole new level of surveillance alongside with incarceration, okay? So this is what you have to look forward to in this new world order, this beast system under the RFID microchip, all right? It says Tom Cruise plays the head of this pre-crime unit and is himself accused of the future murder of a man he hasn't met. All right, hasn't even met. So I saw the movie. It was an okay movie, you know, but the thing of it is, they put their plans in movies, okay? They speak in code, but see, it isn't taken serious because people brush it off as a conspiracy theory, or it's just those people reaching too much. All right, until it actually comes to pass, but then it's too late. All right, so they showing you in these movies like iRobot, Minority Report, all right, Contagious. Okay, they put it in these movies before they show it to the world. All right, to get you what? Desensitized. All right, so that you'll just brush it off and don't think nothing of it. All right, so let's grab a few precepts and we're gonna try to make it. We ain't gonna try to make it that long. This is Proverbs 6 and verse 13. It reads, "He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart, he deviseth mischief continually, he soweth discord." All right, so he does things surreptitiously so that you, the average viewer, won't know that he's putting his plans right before your own eyes, okay? Because they have a thing called predictive programming, all right, where these elites, they get off on telling you what they're going to do before they doing it, and because you don't have any idea of what's going on, you look at it as just being entertainment, all right? But it couldn't be farther from that, all right? If you have the eyesight to see, you see these things, okay? And there's no difference from what's being put in front of our face right now, all right? And this what I believe to be AI-generated push to bring this Gideon surveillance to predict crime from happening before it happens, okay? Just like they put in that movie Minority Report. It's no difference, okay? It's just if you don't take it serious enough to realize what they're saying and how they're going to use it later on, eventually you're going to be what? Swept away with it, okay? You're going to acquiesce to it. You're going to think nothing of it. So it says, he winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. All right, these are all ways that what do you call those people? 33-degree Masonics. These are how they speak. All right, they speak in code. They speak using their hands. To them, they know what it is that they're speaking of, but to you, you may not even know what they're saying. They put things like this in the movies. They put them in commercials all the time. As below, what's that saying? As below, so above. All right. They're Masonic or their masonries on the left-hand side. Okay. That's why it says in what? Psalm 64 in verse 2, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. See? You think these movies is just there for entertainment purposes only? No. You have to be able to see exactly what's the message behind these movies, all right? They've been had this technology, all right? They've been setting the stage, okay? It's just getting you familiarized with it and desensitizing you to the idea of someone having complete and utter control over every move that you make. What better way for you to accept that than to say what? We're going to be able to predict these crimes that happen in schools, these shootings, these mass shootings in churches, because we're going to pry into people, private lives, their social media blueprint or their social media digital footstep or footprint that they leave behind in real time. And we can prevent these tragedies from happening, okay? And either you take it and get on board with it, or you don't receive whatever the grid or the system has to offer you, okay? It's all going to be incorporated in the beast system. It's all part of the image of the beast, man, okay? If you don't think you're going to be under surveillance in this new system, you got something else coming for you, okay? This new system, this digital system, spearheaded by the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip, will be a surveillance system, okay? Where you will be tracked from your spending habits to what you see, to what you watch, to what you say, everything, okay? This is what you have to look forward to, all right? They've already put everything into place. It says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. All right? They got all this on books. It's all documented. All right? All these shootings, they got laws already on it, man. And if you don't want to get on board with it, guess what? Don't use any of their amenities or any of their services or anything. All right? So the fix is in, man. All right? The surveillance is being put into place. That's partially going into also what Donald Trump is trying to accomplish in the next few years before he's out of his second term is what? That Golden Dome. That's part of surveillance too. Okay? So the age of surveillance is taken up to the next level. This RFID microchip, along with the one that you put in your head, is going to aid in what? Surveilling and predicting crimes from happening. And guess what? Based on that person, they'll be put in jail. And as I did a video a while back, they looking to put people and put them in prison within their own head, which is called cognify, where their sentence can be shortened less if they have a chip inside their head than if it would be if they were locked away in a real cell. So here it is, like in the movie Minority Report, you can serve out your whole sentence in 30 minutes or so, but in real time, it's going to feel like 30 minutes, but in that microchip in your forehead, it may feel like 3 years or whatever the crime that it is that they predict you is going to do. A shooting, you may serve out 15 to 20 years, which may be equivalent to an hour in real time. But in your mind with that chip, you're going to feel the sensationalism of you shooting someone's, loved one. You're going to go through all the emotions of grief and rehabilitation and everything else. See? This is the system that they're getting ready to make mandatory. All right? This is where we heading to, man. All right? So back to Proverbs 6 and 13, because I did want to get that in a different translation. And let's see, because a few of them hit. Like the NLT says, signaling their deceit with a wink of the eye, a nudge of the foot, or the wiggle of fingers. Right. Like I said, these masonries, they speak in code, man. All right. To the average person, you don't know, man. A handshake or a hand gesture in a movie, and hey, you don't have any idea what they're saying. All right. This is the fraudness of them. All right. Let's get that in the BBE, the Basic Bible English. Making signs with his eyes, rubbing with his feet, and giving news. See? With his fingers. Okay? They put it right in front of your face, man. But you can't pick up on it. All right? Because to you, it's just entertainment. To them, it's speaking in code. All right? So it says, frowardness, let's get that. It says, their perverted hearts plot evil, and they constantly stir up trouble. If you don't think this new world order, this beast system, is going to spell trouble for you, where have you been? Okay? Your freedom, the little bit that you thought you had, you ain't going to have, man. Okay? Say bye-bye. America as you once know it ain't going back to that way. All right? 2020 proved that. It ain't going back. It's only going to progress to be even worse. So it says their perverted hearts, their minds plot evil, and they constantly stir up trouble. Hey, this new system, hey, it's going to be trotting down on you individuals that take that mark, that charagma. You ain't going to have no peace, man. See, that's why we putting all our trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. When the grid goes down and it comes back up under this beast system, hey, we going to rely solely on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? We, Lord willing, our Father will, we don't bend the knee to this system. Okay? We be found of those that don't bend the knee to Baal. Okay? Let's go to Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Right, these are the same ones that hide in their secret counsel, and that have perverted hearts, that seek to do trouble. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they praise it, because it is in the power of their hand. See, the Lord gave them this power for the time being to what? Fulfill this prophecy, man. All right, so they coming with it, whether you accept it or believe it or not, man. All right, that hammer is getting ready to drop and it's getting ready to come down. All right, and then the Lord is going to break that hammer. Okay, so the stage is being set. You see, whether the local police office or whatever agencies want to accept that technology, the Gideon surveillance, the surveillance is already out, man. It's been out. That little snippet was just to get you familiarized with it, so you won't be so sensitive when you come into the beast system. See, they already desensitizing you, so now you know it. There's technology that's monitoring you. There's technology that's watching your digital footprint. All right, there's technology that's going to predict your crime. And then they're going to already have the sentence allotted for that crime, and they're going to give you the opportunity to serve it out in that prison-like digital state in your mind with that brain chip like Synchron or Neuralink, where you can serve out your sentence in 30 minutes or hour or however long, in real time. But in that moment, it's gonna feel like years, man. And you're gonna be rehabilitated under that. All right. So this is where things are heading to, man. All right. Under this cruel Lord, man. All right. Under this beast system, you ain't gonna have no say so in the matter. Okay. If they condemn you based on your radical ideologies, your radical stance going up against the government or what have you, they're going to condemn you, convict you, and sentence you. Okay? All predictively based on your digital footprint. Okay? They're going to build a case on you. They're going to let you run it up, as they say. Talk on these games, talk on social media, and all of a sudden you're going to get a knock at your door. Boom, boom, boom. It's the digital police or whatever the name is going to be. We have reason to believe you're going to commit this and this, or you've been talking that martyr talk language. I don't want no damn microchip no more in me. You're going to get a knock at your door suddenly. Pop, pop, pop. See, you ain't going to be able to escape from this, man. Once you take that chip, you belong to them, man. Your thoughts, your movements, everything. They going to control it all, man. Okay? And in doing so, they're going to sentence you to whatever crime they see fit. Because why? They're going to make unrighteous decrees. What's that? Isaiah 10, and we get ready to close out. And 1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. See? It's going to be left up to their, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be left up to their discrepancy. You know, whether you committed a crime worthy of this sentence here or that sentence there. And you consented when you took that chip because you had no other way else to go. All right? That was your only option. You see? So you consented to them. They can sentence you to whatever. They want to give you that 50-year prison sentence, which may be an hour in real time, but in that world, that prison, that cognified world, it may feel like 50 years, man. Whatever they want. This is the system. This is the new world order. This is the new era that you're going to be what? Incorporated in once you take that RFID microchip, once the B system is up and running. All right? So we've warned you, we told you. Now you've seen it firsthand. Okay? So we're going to close out, trying to make it short as possible. And we're going to go to 1 Peter 5 and 8. And it reads, be sober, be vigilant. We've been telling you. We've been warning you. See? Soon you ain't going to get the warnings no more. It's going to be, hey, what happened to the warnings? What happened to the videos? What happened to the, the alarm being sounded in Zion? No more. They done flagged us. They done took our videos down. Famine of the word is hit. We ain't going out preaching no more. The protesters are coming, man. You think brothers are going to be out in the midst of protesting with riots and things of that magnitude, with National Guards out and martial law, protesting and preaching in the middle of protests? No, man. The stage is being set. Just did a video earlier today. War is coming to Chicago and elsewhere. Once these guards start to show up, once these riots start to take place, hey, brothers ain't gonna be out. It ain't gonna be safe. Then they gonna hit the internet with some type of attack or whatever. Then next thing you know, the internet down. And the only way you're gonna come back online and get back online is if you have some type of identification proving who you are. All right. More than likely, they may just come out with it all together and say you got to have a digital ID, which is going to be on that RFID microchip, so we got to see. But the point of it is, we ain't going to be here always to tell you to what? Get right. Make use of this time that you have, because it's going to come all of a sudden and it's going to catch you off guard. Because why? You ain't being what? You ain't being sober and you ain't being vigilant. All right. So it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about. See, he's doing his due diligence. He ain't running, he walking, making sure he's dotting his I's and crossing his T's, man. It says, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Trust and believe he's going to get his fair share, but not of the elect. And Lord willing, Father will, we of that number. All right. So we're going to end on that note. Pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We're almost home. Shalom. Peace.